What's up, guys? Welcome to the Florida Hunting Channel. So today we're discussing feeding, especially feeding deer. In South Florida, where we're located, in the whole state of Florida, you can feed, and I've been feeding for about 10 years, running feeders for deer, and we have everything down here, from big snakes to panthers, bears. We do have a huntable population of deer. It's not the biggest, especially, but there's enough to hunt, and they do get pretty big if you can give them some age. But today we're discussing regular corn versus flavored corn. So when running a feeder, you can run just about anything on the market in it, as long as the motor will throw it out and it won't clog the feeder up. 90% of people run just plain old whole corn, and then there's things such as apple corn, cherry corn, big tine feed. There's just all kinds of different flavoring in it. There's so many things on the market, even soybeans that you can feed. There's just unlimited options when it comes to what you can feed your deer herd. Now, if you live in a bear area where there's heavy bear pressure, one thing is when you start running into flavored feeds, you're going to attract more bears. And when there's more bears hanging around your feeders, well, your feeders are going to get beat up or destroyed. If the motor's hanging off of them and the bears can get to them, they're going to absolutely decimate your feeders. Unless you're running a feeder like a one and done that's all internal and they can't break and are bear proof, I would strongly avoid running a lot of attractants in your corn, such as a lot of apple flavoring or cherry flavoring, because the bears won't leave it alone until they get every last piece of it. Now, one place that I really like to run flavored corn is when I'm first starting a spot. So if I've never put any feed there and there's never been a set spot on this property that I'm trying to get deer to come to, I think it's great to run a flavored feed. The aroma of the feed will reach out a lot further, and stuff will start coming from a long way away to come check out what smells like apples or cherries. These animals are hungry, and when they get this aroma in the air, it's going to bring them in from a long ways away. Not that regular corn doesn't. Regular corn does do a good job. It just takes them a little longer to find it. So if you're trying to kickstart a spot and get stuff in there quickly, a strong attractant such as buck crack, I use this a lot. This is the cherry flavor. It works great for hogs too. So stuff like that is a powder that I mix into the corn, and I'll pour a bag in the feeder, mix an ounce or two in there, pour another bag and keep mixing a little bit in, and it gives the corn a very strong cherry flavor and an aroma. And the aroma is super strong. You can smell from like 10 feet away from the feeder. So a deer's nose is so much stronger than ours, so they can smell it a long way away. Unfortunately, down here in South Florida where I hunt, there's small properties and there's a lot of bears around. So it's a happy balance between running regular corn sometimes and running a flavored corn in spots. So what I like to do is I run my feeders year round. I think it's only best for your deer herd to be fed all year. Those deer stay around your spots all year. And of course, they rely on a food source, and when they get reliant on your food source and you stop feeding them, then they gotta go find another food source. They end up on neighbors and other places. They get more susceptible to predators. It just, the more you can feed them, and if you're gonna feed them, keep feeding them, because I think it's a little unfair to feed them for a little while, get them hooked on the feeder, and then just cut the corn off. So I like to run all my feeders year round. I adjust the time so that they're always getting sufficient feed in the morning and evenings. But here's the thing. Once I got deer coming to a feeder regularly, I'll run whole corn in the off season most of the time. One, it's a little cheaper, and it provides the same nutrients that a flavored corn does. Flavored corn does not provide any extra nutrients. Big tine might provide some extra nutrients because it's got like sunflower seeds and soybeans in it and some extra additional stuff that has more protein. But most of the time during the year, I field normal, regular, unflavored whole corn. Just from a financial standpoint, it gets really expensive to feed thousands of pounds of flavored corn throughout the year. Also, when you're feeding flavored stuff in the off season, you're just keeping those bears and stuff you don't really want around the feeders, especially hogs. If you have hogs in your area, which we don't have too many of where I hunt here, there's a handful, but they're not really a big problem, and you're running flavored feed, good luck getting rid of the hogs. The hogs will get super defensive over your feeder, and they'll sit there and guard it like it belongs to them, and it will just push your deer off. So they are like that with regular corn too, but the aroma in the flavored corn just makes it 10 times worse. So if you're looking to hunt hogs off your feeder in the off season, run apple corn, run a flavoring in it. You will keep those hogs there night and day. They will not leave it. I mean, unless they get flushed out by you. But if they're unpressured and you got flavored stuff there, they will about bathe in the corn. It's amazing the difference when you get some berry flavoring or cherry. They seem to love cherry. But when you get these around hogs, it's nonstop. You'll get pictures all day with flavored corn. They'll be there with the regular corn at your scheduled times also, but I've noticed that with hogs running flavored feed, they're there a lot more often at the feeder just because of the aroma. Back to deer. If you got a lot of hogs in your area, I also say I wouldn't run flavored feed year round, because keeping all those hogs there and bears there along with the deer, you're just pressuring the deer to stay out of there, and it's actually hurting you. So I would run regular corn. Now, when running regular corn, I run it up until season. Now, the first 2 weeks of season, I'll run apple corn because I'm trying to pull even more deer in that are new to the area, that are our rut happens right in the beginning of archery season when it opens here in Zone A. So I'm trying to attract all these new faces to the area, and when they come through checking does and they get a little hungry and they're looking for something to eat, that aroma is going to be in the air. So I'm trying to attract deer that have no idea that feeder is there, also knowing that does are going to keep coming there because it's flavored feed. Not that they won't go for regular corn, but flavored feed, I'd say you get like a 15 to 20% increase of deer activity around that feeder, as long as there's no hogs or bears that are spending all their time there. So you got to be selective. Regular corn has absolutely no problems. You'll have deer, hogs, bears, birds, squirrels, anything you name it will eat regular whole corn. It does not have to be flavored. Flavored corn, such as cherry, apple, or berry, or big tine, has its place. I think setting up spots or getting a ton of hogs in there for a hog hunt is the time that it shines. But 90% of the time, in our area and areas that are bear prevalent, I would just run regular whole corn. Guys, subscribe to our channel. We're going to have more videos coming. We're going to have hog hunts, deer hunts, gator hunts, python hunts. We got all types of videos coming to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.